So Mediaset is Italy's dominant TV service provider and is controlled by former Italian Prime Minister Silvio Belusconi. Interesting.
His family controls the business, but you could think of it as the sort of multi-choice of Italy. So it's the dominant player. It has its own content production studios, and it has, broadcast bouquets and a platform and buys in other people's content. Broadcast not just in Italy, into that whole southern European region.
Market cap 4.6 billion euros, no PE, dividend yield of 0.5%. And we're still seeing
looking share price.
It is, but remarkable recovery in the latter phases of that graph, although the tiny
downturn. Not very good. The all-time high for Mediaset was back in the year 2000 when it was at 26 euros.
So well then there we go. That puts it into perspective. Yeah. So we know we're near that all-time high.
Isn't this a fairly tightly held stock these days? Hasn't Vivendi been building up a nice stake?
I'm not sure about that. I know that the Berlusconi family interest is held through Fininvest, and that's like a 36% stake, but it wouldn't surprise me if Vivendi or one of the other European companies was sniffing them around.
So Chris, you're thoughtful on this.
Difficult to really get my mind around this one. I say they broadcast into Italy. I mean, they compete against RAI, the major, the state-controlled broadcaster. They beam into Spain and quite a few other surrounding countries as well. I'm not entirely sure that their ability to expand significantly from this base is there. It's a relatively small market cap, 4.5 billion euros or thereabouts. They've got a strategic stake in a company called Endemol, started by a fellow called John de Mol from the Netherlands, and they do things like Big Brother and all sort of actuality type stuff. And Goldman Sachs is in there as well, if I'm not mistaken, with a strategic stake. So that might be quite good for them, although I'm not entirely sure that the sustainability of that kind of reality stuff.
Is it because it is country facing?
Yeah, I think so.
Look, the Berlusconi involvement is not a plus. He used his prominence as Italy's most kind of flamboyant and successful business person to launch a career in politics. We all know how he performed in that role. He was eventually hounded out of office with multiple litigations against him. Now he's back at the company. He's well into his 80s. He might even be pushing his late 80s. I don't know for sure. But he's a menace, and I wouldn't want to invest alongside him the way he ran the company and the way he ran the country.
So the Berlusconi factor counting against Mediaset, and no opportunity here to recover to that 24 euro level.
I don't think so.
Did you say 24, 26?
26 euros back in March 2000. Although, to be fair, in March 2000 there were lots of share prices that were trading at funny levels.
Hot, we've got to call it
Not
hot.
Not hot.